Happy 2021, Leo. Welcome to it. This is the third time I've tried to record your reading, or have recorded it, and third time's the charm. Some various things not working out, all meant to be, I'm sure. It could have gone with the second one, but I wanted to do a nice clean job of it, and so here we are again. And I hope that this will be spectacular for you to make up for, well, as accumulation of what has been happening with your readings this time around. So for 2021, to get started off, I've brought out these cards, the Sibyl's Oraculum by Tiana Lee McKiller, or McQuiller. I would say McKiller, but she might pronounce it differently. I'll check with her. Artwork is by Catalan V. Foisy. They are celebrating and honoring the true history of African prophetesses. The Delphi Oracle, all oracles basically around the Mediterranean that were influential, that were consulted by all those empires. They were African prophetesses. I've put several links in the description for more information. If you look up Mami Wata, if you look up, well, if you go to these sites, but also there's a particular YouTube video I've linked to that will give you an excellent rundown on, it's not by Tiana or Catalan, it's somebody else altogether. And if you go to mamiwata.com, I'll include that link as well. It helps fill in the gaps to this history. There's so much I could say about it, but I'm not going to, Leo. I'm going to get right into your reading. She would like people to select the cards rather than shuffle, so they're not necessarily designed to be shuffled, but I'm going to kind of do a gentle shuffle, and if we need to pick, we pick. I trust the cards either way. There are 4 kinds of cards. The black motif, they are the core issues. There are copper. Those are what are projected fears, rationalizations that are getting in the way of you resolving or knowing what your core issue is. And then there are blue and red cards for cool action and hot actions to take. So we'll get a few of those. We'll get a picture, and I've got the black and gold tarot out for clarifications. I thought the black and gold would look nice with these. All right, Leo. And what was fun between the first reading for you and the second reading for you that are not here, they were certainly compatible, but one was giving cool action and one was giving hot action. So let's see where we get as I kick something under my table. Okay, here we go, Leo. How are you doing, or what do we need you to know while you are starting your... Actually, I wouldn't start the year in January. I would start it where we used to start it, in Aries season, in spring. Okay, we have a core issue right off the bat. I'll keep it exciting. I'll keep it exciting. They won't keep it. We have 2 core issues. Well, that's happened before. I'm going to go... There's a blue action card that kind of wants to come through. Let's take this copper one because it's sliding out. What is a projection we're going through? Justice. This came out for you in the first reading. Absolutely. So that's a repeat. Okay. Something about justice. You're in your head about justice. Okay, a cool action card, a blue. Submission. Okay, that's a repeat. Everybody's getting that though right now. I'll see if there's anything else. I've got cards. Okay, this one really wants to come rage again. Virgo got rage. I'm going to keep it simple. I'll just see if there's... I'm going to keep it, you know what? I'm going to keep it to the cool action then. If there's rage going on, there's a lion right on there, so that's you yourself. Let's just keep it simple then. Okay, let's see what your core issues are. Same. Okay. Vibration was one before now, but limitation absolutely came through. Okay. And I was led to think about it while I was keeping you in my thoughts before I came into the readings, maybe a couple of hours ago, and limitations came into mind again, and I was thinking of COVID, Corona, all the crap. I know that there's an agenda behind it all. I'm one of those, but I don't just pretend to know it. I know it. I work with. I spend enough time around the absolute nastiest. Well, not the nastiest, or I'd be dead. But people that are connected to the nastiest humans on the face of the planet that we could barely call human. But that's so. Okay, so limitations, that's, I thought it was very interesting that you would get a card talking about working within boundaries right after the last reading with the Aboriginal cards, encouraging you to enjoy more. And so maybe there's something that needs revisiting there. But justice is obviously an issue, something, this is getting in the way of rhythm and limited, so it's affecting rhythm and limitations. Okay, and then we have the action of submission. They want you to submit, and they put limitations in my head. There is a sense of being confined, but it's actually the exit strategy. It's the way through. Agatha Christie is, believe it or not, one of my guides, has been for a very long time, and manifests things for me regularly. She is actually the person who brought me into cards full time with some excellent stunts she pulled. I have to choose to believe it's her because her. I work with many people, many different energies, I would say, or one that loves to hide behind. You know, we'll find out in the end. I'll find out in the end. But she would say about writing, you have to understand the genre that you're writing for. You have to accept the rules of the genre, and you have to know them, and you have to master them. And once you've mastered them, you can get inside them, and then you can blow stuff apart. Yes? It's the genius of accepting the limitations. This would be like working within a 4 in the tarot deck. 4 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, any 4, where that's a box that you've managed to get yourself into. Commitment, set of commitments that you decide whether or not you can thrive in them or you're going to rot. So it's like that. But if there is a sense of injustice or pending justice because of what's going on in the world, if that's the case at all, why wouldn't it be as well? But let's find out. Are we recording? Yes. Oh, and I love that they gave me at least 2 of the same cards again, 3 of the same cards again from combined readings, so that we can get this right. The Star. So we have major arcana right off the bat. Charted timing, charted experiences. You are protected. You are needing to look after yourself. That is a recurring theme. Regenerate. But you know that you are protected and guided. And things will happen in their own time. But what are But this is eating you up, this justice issue. What else do we need to know? What else can Tarot tell us? Sideways energy. Thank you. Hard, the work is on hold. This progress, the Eight of Pentacles, so your rhythm. That's why the rhythm card. It's affecting your rhythm, it's affecting your flow. Now the Tower came out in one of your other readings, and it was affecting a work relationship. The Three of Pentacles was in reverse. Three of Pentacles, Tower was in reverse in the first reading, Three of Pentacles was in reverse in the second reading. So I assumed that the Tower was connected to that Three of Pentacles in reverse. That a work situation had come to, and this is what that justice has to do with then. The justice and the submission. This cruel action. I'm just going to put that there, because that would be more where you're at than where they're asking you to go. Annie, I'll ask them to validate what I'm saying about the previous readings. Yes, okay, so Six of Wands in reverse. So a lack of, I see sixes as gifts from the universe, from God, from guides that prove to you you're on the right track, because the sevens are going to come as transformations, as promises to self. So this celebration of you, this sense of absolute certainty, this gift of the Six of Wands, which would be, wands often carry lizard energy with them, which are revelations. And you would think that would be swords energy with knowledge, but let's say your spirit, your will, your creative drive. This six didn't come through, or it has turned on its head, taking us back to Five of Wands. So conflicting interests or desires, maybe within yourself, but maybe between the two of you that were in the Tower moment together, and the Three of Pentacles reversed. So you need a six again. You need a new six. So you're out of your element. And what I recall was that, yes, there's a new start needed, a reinvention, because the Tower pulls down everything you've built, but it was important what you built. And it can seem like a failure, but what it really is the chance, the innovation that, because I see Towers as Uranus and Aquarian energy, not so much Pluto, Mars, and Scorpio energy. That you build it up and then it gets taken apart and you think it's been taken from me. Well, it was important to build it up in the first place, absolutely. Because without achieving that, you can't know what greatness is by imagining it. You have to pursue it. You have to create it. You have to invite it and engage in it and risk it. And that's how you build a tower. And then and in order to have that tower built, you'll have experienced little tower moments all along the way, because it's never smooth sailing getting into greatness. So you might even be able to recognize what's going on here and what's necessary. But it's different enough, again, to throw you off your schedule. Routines, but this would be mostly about slogging through getting to the 9 and 10. Okay. This Justice. Anything else? I could read from the book, but right now I feel fairly clear about all of it. I've read all of these descriptions, and I feel like in time I'll come back and I will read from the book when I've built up patience for this process. I think right now I'd rather introduce the energy of the cards and keep the message briefer. The cards are amazing, and the power inside of them, coming through them, the energy behind them, it never fails to amaze me. So I don't, what else can I say? I'll see if Tarot has anything else it wants to add, or they want to add anything else to this, but this Star, Two of Cups. Interesting. I want to say that this is more to do with psychic connections. I don't know if it's so much romantic as it is. Cups to me are psychic, reflective, you know, between worlds kind of energy as much as anything else. So there's an opportunity here to collaborate. There's a new person coming in. What in one reading I had the King of Cups and the King of Wands, and in the second reading I had sideways the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. So there was indecision about what to offer. Now this is an offer. This is an exchange, a possible exchange. So it might be this person again. It might be this person again that you had the parting of ways with, or the problem with, in the Tower and the Three of Pentacles reversed. So if we bring that with the submission, to submit to something. Well, the cool action. Let's just see here. A knee bent voluntarily is not broken. Since time immemorial, Nile Valley civilizations relied on the storms in the Ethiopian highlands to wash rainwater rich with volcanic topsoil into the Blue Nile to fertilize their crops. Every year, the inundation undoubtedly brought with it a plethora of tragic drownings, property damage, and other inconveniences. Despite that, people welcomed and celebrated the flood because without it, the glorious civilizations of Kemet, Nubia, and Kush wouldn't have been possible. So, no matter what the floods brought, these civilizations were submissive to nature's processes, which were inseparable from the will of the gods. Ashura was the Canaanite goddess of heaven, trees, and maternity. Jezebel, the Phoenician wife of King Ahaz of Israel, was said to be a worshipper and possibly a priestess of Asherah. These are associations in this card. Yield to whatever you consider to be the superior force or forces over the matter in question. This will not be an act of weakness, but one of strength. Ooh, Leo, strength is your card. And that's what they have to say about that. Whatever force not a sign of weakness but of strength. Yield. Yield. The limitations. Rhythm. So yield to what your guides your God, what is the right justice here. If the Six of Wands leads back to the Five of Wands, yes, the conflict of wills, beliefs, desires. It's getting in the way of you making progress. So what will get you your progress? And I don't know, it looks like that might be with this person. But if it's not, I mean, a 2 is always a choice, yes? A 2 is always a choice. Well, Leo, this is a bit of a cliffhanger. Until next time, much love.